Not so long ago, I ended up making a promise saying that I was going to do something, and I also said that I was going to keep you updated on the situation, and saying that like any big progress or any big discovery I find, I'll make sure that you know. And then I realized I didn't do that at all, and ever since I posted that video, I kind of went radio silent and never really bring it up again, which is super duper ironic, because also I think around the same week I ended up making a video how much I hate cliffhangers, and how much I hate when stories do it or when people are just telling stories in general, because it all happened to us once where someone is telling you like an interesting story, and then suddenly out of nowhere they just stop and never finish the story, or either they get called to do something or just randomly stop, like, yeah, then after that, this absolutely crazy thing happened, and then they just get up and leave out of nowhere. I absolutely hate when people do it, and it's even worse in stories or in anime, because we all love like an infinite cliffhanger, and when a story's never ended, like when a trilogy is planned to be made, but then suddenly out of nowhere the third game is cancelled, and then all you get is like the second game, and you will never see like the ending of this person's saga. A good example of that happening is like Deus Ex. We were originally going to get a third game, but then it just never came, and now we just have a second game until the end of time. And then I realized I ended up doing that because I haven't even updated you guys on this situation at all. Now, for people who are new to the channel, or for people who just forgot, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm talking about trying to find the worst manga of all time. It was a mission I kind of set myself on because it's something that I realized absolutely no one has done. You've seen everyone talk about the worst anime ever made. There's tons of YouTubers who made videos of it, and generally people who are just like trash connoisseurs, people who just love watching absolutely terrible TV shows and absolutely terrible anime. They're usually obsessed with that 24/7 and will be on top of it. They know what's the worst thing that came out this season, but you never see that with manga. And I easily know the reason why. There are just too much mangas out here. This is a journey that I've generally been having an extremely hard time trying to do, and I have been struggling so hard trying to find the worst one of all time. I've read so much bad mangas that have generally hurt my head for just how terrible stuff could do. It's got so bad that I had to place some rules to make it literally easier for me to find the answer, which I know some people will consider like cheating or like giving up, but the only rule that I have is that it has to be something like officially published and something that you can like actually buy in store. Because if you put web comics and you allow that to be on, this may be a search that will generally never end. There are so much web comics that are out there, it will be nearly impossible to find the worst one. Even if you want to say I want to find the best manga ever made and you include web comics, it will generally be just hard to find. That literally adds, like no joke, over thousands of new books for you to read and thousands of options, which will just make this journey way too hard, way too difficult to find, and it may generally never end. Even with this one rule that I put, it is super difficult to come down to one conclusion. That's even how hard it is with this. How the journey's going is still not going great. I do have some candidates, some people running up of what being the worst manga ever made, but I'm still not really sure of it because I keep on finding more. Every time when I think I have the answer to it and I'm like, I finally found the definitive answer, and this is the final one, a brand new challenger will just come out of nowhere, introduce itself, and somehow be even worse than the last, and I'm currently in that cycle. But I think one thing that I want to do is show you a couple of like stuff I end up seeing and stuff that I considered to basically be some of the worst things ever made, and I wanted to show a couple of things because some of these even has anime. Now one of them is this manga right here, which I don't really want to try saying the name of it. All you need to know is that it has NTR in the title of it, and this easily has to be one of the most worst things one man could read. Now for people who have no clue what NTR is, you're basically getting cheated on. The whole point of this story is that this girl right here, the main character of it, basically has a boyfriend, but suddenly out of nowhere she ended up falling in love with one of her best friends, and the whole manga is basically just her cheating on her boyfriend. Absolutely nothing changes, and it's like that from the beginning, middle, and end. I'm generally serious that absolutely nothing happened. There's no crazy plot points. That is generally the whole manga. The author who made this has generally done the same thing for multiple volumes and somehow succeed. This succeeded so much that this has an anime, which is just absolutely insane to me that one anime studio ended up seeing this and thought it was good enough to be like, yeah, I want to animate this, and I want people to be able to watch this on TV and hire voice actors and all those people to actually go on and just animate this, which is generally insane to me. This is actually something that you can go watch. I don't recommend you watch it. I don't even recommend you go read this because generally nothing happens. I'm not even saying that to be a joke, and I'm not even saying just to be like haha funny. It's just literally just true. I would like to tell you like any plot point or any funny scene, but there really is done. The only real dynamic and the only real like crazy thing that happens is that there is one character, which is being like the main character's best friend, who knows about this whole situation. He knows that his quote unquote friend is being cheated on by his girlfriend and doesn't tell him at all. Like, he knows the whole thing is happening. He knows his girlfriend isn't faithful and is straight up just, having spicy time with her best friend, and he doesn't even care enough to go and say something about it and go up to him and be like, hey, your girlfriend is cheating on you. This is bad. Just no, he just completely lets it happen at all, and he does this for an extremely long time until the news ended up coming out because someone ended up leaking the information that it happens. But it happens around like the end of the manga when the damage is already done, and the end of this is just absolutely insane. Somehow the person who cheats on her boyfriend wins. She ended up getting like the good ending. This is how the journey is going. The journey isn't going good at all. I still haven't found any, but this is literally the tip of the iceberg because there are so much more mangas that are 10 times worse than this. Anyway, my name is Lua. This is something that I want to talk about. You have a good day or night. See you.